You may be familiar with Whining Wingnut Peter Navarro. Peter Navarro was a top advisor to Donald Trump, in on Donald Trump's scheme to commit a coup and stop the peaceful transfer of power for the first time in over 200 years, not including that little Civil War hiccup in this country, and to give us some form of totalitarian trumpian government. Navarro doesn't seem to realize he has the right to remain silent. Maybe the Supreme Court did him no favors by gutting Miranda, the Miranda law, because he just comes out and says stuff that, are crimes, and that his involvement in the January 6th treason. He's admitted to meeting with the ringleaders. He was one of Trump's henchmen to hand out to at least 100 different members of Congress bogus voting fraud claims, made up stats, fake figures, all sorts of garbage to get these people, these morons, to vote to not accept electoral results, which again, 50 or 60 of them eventually did, committing treason against the United States. They had no reason to do so except for they were being asked to do so by their party. And now he's showing further stupidity. I mean, why not continue, man? You're digging a hole. See how far you can get. Navarro has now gone out and made the claim, and I want to make sure I get this right, on good old Newsmax TV, where you get the honest truth. It's like Fox, but on crack. The reason why I think Pence is guilty of treason, said Navarro, to at least Trump and perhaps in this country, is that he acted on the basis of a flawed legal opinion. Okay, where to begin? You can't commit treason against Donald Trump. You see, the whole concept behind a democratic republic, behind a constitutional democracy, is we're not a country of men or women. We're a country of laws. I know none of these lawbreakers actually understand that. They've gotten away their whole lives with all sorts of law breaking, which is we're paying the price for now. But you can't commit treason against Donald Trump. He is not a king. He is not a dictator. He's not Saddam Hussein or Idi Amin or Vladimir Putin or Erdogan or Duterte or Bolsonaro. I know he aspires to be, but as he's failed at everything else in life, he's even failed at matching up to other dictators. He's kind of a sucky dictator. And so you can't commit treason against him. And it just kind of gives you the whole mindset behind these lunatics. Their allegiance is to a man. I mean, a shell of a man, a Jabba-esque, Cheeto-fingered, slurping down KFC grease kind of man. But technically, I think, by definitions, a man. And that's not possible. There's no treason against Trump. Okay? There's treason against the United States of America. There's treason against our Constitution. The kind of treason that Peter Navarro committed when he got together in their little war room and helped them plot how to convince members of Congress to vote against accepting electoral votes. And he also played a broader role as a strategist with Trump on reaching out to the states and reaching out to individual state legislators to try to hamstring the vote counting process there, not vote counting, but the electoral process there, so that they would hand over fake slates of electors or hand over no electors at all and declare they could not decide between the two, so then Mike Pence would have to figure it out. Mike Pence is a lot of things. He's a theocrat. He is a greasy, wimpy, gross human. He won't even stand up to Donald Trump, who tried to kill him that day, who we now know said he deserved it to Mark Meadows when people were looking for him to hang him. A sociopath. I don't know that Mike Pence is a sociopath. Could be. He's certainly an evil person who thinks his religion is more important than any of the freedoms that the Constitution provides us with. He certainly, when he was in Indiana as governor, led a resurgence in HIV and AIDS because he followed his dumbass religion and didn't care about the people of Indiana. And we could go on and on about him. He's a mealy-mouthed, weak, wimpy. He calls his wife mother. Okay, guys? If that doesn't creep you out in like a Psycho, movie kind of way, I'm not sure what does. But he didn't commit treason. And by doing this, going on Newsmax TV, which is again, even crazier than Fox, if that should be like their logo. Newsmax, or even more than Fox. By doing that, he's putting Mike Pence in further danger. He's accusing Mike Pence of something he didn't do. And I know I accuse Republicans of treason, and it's a tough line to walk. I never wanted to get to this point, but when they committed treason, I have to. I will always say, absolutely do not commit acts of violence, nonviolent protest. If Brett Kavanaugh is having his well done medium, whatever it is, steak at Morton's, chase his ass right out of the restaurant, but do it with nonviolent protest. But that's not how the right operates. They've been getting together. Their state legislators literally are now intermixed with militias. We'll have a story coming on that. So when they say these kinds of things to the people that tried to kidnap Gretchen Whitmer and maybe are going to execute her, that attacked us on January 6th, that attacked that Oregon Wildlife Preserve, and I think for a little bit we're holding federal officials hostage. Yeah, this is no just sort of weird kind of like, oh yeah, I'm just sort of a throwaway line. Trump's Pence is committing treason. He's actively encouraging the craziest among their base to commit violent acts against Mike Pence again. And whatever you think of Mike Pence, you don't encourage people to commit violent acts against current and former elected members of the United States government. You don't do that. See, that's why we're a democracy. We don't believe in doing that. His other claim, that this was against the Constitution or something. He's an effing moron, and don't take anything he says when it has to do with legal or constitutional issues seriously. I'm sure you don't. He's this jabbering jabberwocky they keep inviting on places like Newsmax, and hopefully his time in the barrel, as Roger Stone said, will happen soon enough, because there's simply no way, from what we know already, that I can't see that this man shouldn't be in prison for committing treason against the United States of America, seditious conspiracy, trying to hold up the business of Congress, all sorts of other fraud. And we'll see how that goes. But hopefully that his ass will end up in prison. Hey guys, just so you know, please subscribe. We've been growing rapidly. I really appreciate everything you've all done to share and like and comment and everything else you do. Turn on your notifications so you know when we drop new videos, and we'll have more content coming right away.